What's up everybody? Welcome to Shred Bikes Pet Kitties. I finished up the ride review for my bike lights this morning. Kind of looking over the footage, I realized you can't really see much. It was pretty dark this morning. So I figured I'll just record this part in the house with the lights on so you can get a better look at these lights. So these lights that I got, they're both the Acrunu models. But if you look around there on Amazon, there's like 4 or 5 identical lights with different brand names, I guess. But in reality, they're all the same. So the first one I have, this size here is the small. This model is a small Pro. And the only difference for the small Pro is it comes with a few extra mounts. It comes with a handlebar mount. It comes with a GoPro mount, which is kind of what I needed. But this is the one I run on top of my helmet. And here in a little bit I'll show you how that clicks on there. It's actually very sturdy. So I think each size is basically built the same, but all the functions are exactly the same. So for controls, you basically just have a power button, and that's also your mode selector. Right in there, standard USB-C. And apparently these can also be used as power banks. Pretty handy, but I think most of these Chinese batteries kind of all have the same functions. Okay, so here's how the attachment looks on the top of my helmet. It has this circular bit that mates up with this piece here, and it's just attached to your GoPro mount, center GoPro mount. And then this is this came on my helmet, kind of GoPro mount, but it's pretty sturdy. So the way these go on, and it's actually very handy, you put it on at a 90, set it down in there, and then they just click. And she's set. These, you're kind of going to want to aim it down. It's technically on there upside down. So you're going to want to aim it down a bit, like so. That way you're not blinding oncoming traffic. Alright, so I still got the small. Just going to run through the modes real quick. So the first mode, which is what I run them on, and I think they technically call it the low beam. There's your low beam. The camera's not quite liking that, but that's a pretty accurate representation. The light is not the best. As you can see, these little cut-offs and stuff, this line here, this line up here. And I want to say it's because the reflectors are not the greatest. So there's your low spot mode. Yeah, you can really see that. You see all the green around the edges. They're not the best LEDs, but they are bright and they get the job done. You really can't beat them for the price. There's high, which is essentially the low beam and the spot together. And then you have a strobe, in case you need it, in case you break down or something. So I believe it's supposed to be mounted like so, like underneath. The LEDs kind of sit at the top, underneath this bezel here, towards the top, and they reflect down. Right here I'm going to go handheld with the camera for a little bit to show you the large, kind of how I have it set up. Kind of sits right there on the bars. It has these two mounts on either side of the headset there. So there's a large, here's the small for a size comparison. And it's a little bigger than half. But yeah, same functions, buttons exactly the same area. I think you can just see it under there. This whole light is only attached by these thumb screws, the whole mount. It's 2 different thumb screws, one that screws into the light itself, one that screws into the clamp for the bars right there. And those are just finger tight, and they stay put. Like, I've never had this light move. Yeah, I highly recommend them. For what I paid, I really couldn't ask for much more. They get the job done, and all of them together were about half the price of one of those other lights you can get on Jensen, or a name brand light. So if you're looking for an affordable lighting solution, definitely go with these. One thing to keep in mind though, before I let you go here, These things get pretty hot and pretty quick. And they are LEDs, but they are pushing quite a bit of power. So, and they don't have a lockout function. So be careful if you're going to be throwing them in your bag or something. They get really warm. And then since I got this right here, since you're on YouTube, go give Super Rider a look. Excellent channel. Probably the best YouTube coach. But yeah, you all have a good one. I'll catch you on the ride review. And y'all have a good day. As you can see, it's really dark over here. So let's get going. Both on. Alright. Trail's gonna be dark today. And it is cold. Right to the sprinklers. I also have my tail light on, or my red light, flashing light. Yeah, might be able to see it reflecting off my pants, but it's not very bright. I don't really need to review that one. They're all kind of the same. It attaches to the seat rails. It's red, it flashes. You never really have to worry about charging it because it lasts forever. Might get a little loud right here, so pick it up in a minute. And it's a cold one today. Out here in Spokane, Washington, it's the last day of August. So it feels like fall is in full swing, even though the leaves haven't quite changed colors yet. Here's the first little bit of fun on my commute. You see these lights, they stay put. Doing these little parking lot jumps, I guess. Landing flat. I mean, the description on Amazon didn't say they were jump proof, but in my experience they are. But anyway, it's that time of year where it's super cold in the morning, but then it's 90 degrees on my way home. I think right now I was saying it's about 45. I got the e-bike turned off. Try to get my legs warmed up. I also have them angled way down. You want to angle it more down than you would think. And yeah, Amazon says this one's like 2600 lumens. I haven't verified that. I don't have a meter, but it seems bright enough. Also, it's been about 2 weeks. I've been using these every morning for about 20 minutes. Pull over here and see how much juice is left on this one. They got the little power meter. 3 dots. 3 out of 4 dots. Coming up to Wentworth University here. Definitely not a stranger to these trails. And you'll get to kind of see how it looks. It's a little sketchy riding trails in the dark. It could be fun. I suggest you only ride trails that you know really well, so you know what to expect. There's a lot of wildlife out here in Spokane too, so that's really the only thing I'm worried about. A lot of porcupines. Alright, so here we go. This trail is called Roller Coaster. It's labeled as a blue. I'll do a review on it one of these days. There's no sense doing a review on it if you guys can't even see it. Pretty fun trail though. And the good thing about having 2 lights is you can see where your head is looking. You know, if you're trying to be a good mountain biker, you want to look through the turns, look ahead down the trail. So having a light separate from your bike is the way to go. Ooh, we're getting sandy, man. The trail's getting sandy. So it'll be good. I'll be able to look back on this footage, see if I'm looking ahead enough. man, this one's fun. It's definitely the funnest trail out here in Wentworth. Ooh. It's crazy. About halfway done. About lost the front 4 times already. Once again right there, jeez. Here we go. So that's that. But yeah, pretty good performance out of the lights. I see as much as I need to, I guess. I'm not lighting up the whole world, but hey, it works. For the price, you can't beat it. The battery life, it's all pretty excellent, man. A little windy. This part's fun. Well, I'm still cold. That's okay. I think talking to the camera kind of takes my mind off it a little bit. Yeah, climbing up to this little quiet neighborhood here. Sun's starting to come up, so the light's not really helping all that much. But I don't need it anymore. I could turn it off, but these damn bikes these days, every single one of them's got to be like full stealth. It's not quite a good idea. But I'm gonna hit this little forgotten pump track. It's back here. I like this little thing. Reminds me of when I was a kid, digging little jumps in any field I could find. We're gonna go this way. We're almost there. And into another disc golf course. Never played disc golf, but I mean, if that's your thing, Spokane is like the mecca of disc golf. Any trail I go on, there's a disc golf baskets or whatever you call them. I have no idea. A trail chancla right in the trail. I don't know if you saw that. That about wraps this up, but you know, I mean, if you're looking for a cheap alternative for a bike light, you're not trying to do, you know, big rides in the middle of the night in the woods. And I guess you're more concerned with people seeing you rather than lighting up the sky. These lights are perfect.